Yeah.
Donkey balls. There we go. That's us started.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
So we meet Adam Jensen then.
We meet Adam Jensen.
And henceforth, I will only ever think of him as Adam Jensen because that's his actual voice. And they did say that in the making of the Deus Ex game. But
I think for the games he adjusts his voice, but like very slightly. I think he just goes a little bit deeper or something like that. But
more serious, slightly more serious.
Yeah, but he's that actor playing essentially an augmented spy. So he's like,
what is his name? Is it Elias Tufexis?
Yeah.
Do we know his name in the show?
I don't know if anybody said it, but I don't think so. And if so, I don't know what it is.
I can't remember what it is. I'm sure somebody mentioned it, but
so he's not a long-standing character. Then he's sort of one of the visiting.
Oh no! Don't assume that we're being. Never assume duplicity when it could be incompetence on our part.
Yeah, there are recurring characters who are kind of like they're not main characters; they're background characters who are in it throughout the whole thing, whose names I don't know.
Yeah,
like the UN second in command dude. I can never remember his name.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, no, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name, and he's still in it. I couldn't have told you his name.
Just one thing, I know we haven't had a clean start, but you didn't do our audio checks. Are we coming in through all right?
Oh, we're all right. I'm all right.
Okay, good.
Is everybody eating? This is where we talk about the Expanse and eat Blue Chews, right? Is everybody?
Well, I've got my breakfast biscuit here, but I think I'll save that till after the podcast. Because
what is it?
It's like a oat bite, 128 calories, cocoa and vanilla.
So I'm sorry, I always have to ask about food. If somebody's eating food, I need to know.
I have no food today.
Well, they're like little like
I've got some cola.
Snacks.
I've got some cola. That's it.
Oh.
I had fish and chips as a treat last night, just before I went to bed. And my sister didn't eat half of hers, so I ate that as well. And I was so fucking bloated when I went to bed. Like, properly fucking bloated. Like, when I was young, I could have shoveled that away and just, gone out on a, bike ride. But now, I woke up still fucking bloated.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Well, now, is it one of these chip shops that give you, phenomenally large, ridiculously large portions?
Oh, yeah. No, you get a small, and it's, enough for 5 people.
Yeah.
Chip shops are like that, yeah. I made macaroni cheese last night, and it went down very well with my guests. So.
Oh, fantastic! I love mac and cheese. Even the vegan versions could be quite good. There's a restaurant that they have branches. They have a branch in Bristol, and I think they have one in Brighton. It's it's called Uwi, but everyone I know accidentally calls it Uwu. And they do mac and cheese, and it is. I didn't even realize that mac and cheese actually ever got this good, right? And I like mac and cheese.
Oh, you're not mine.
But it was like they what's the term when they torch it? Like
brulee.
Brulee, yeah. I was thinking creme brulee. That's not it. No, it's just like brulee. But they did that with onions over the top, like it had this coating of onions.
That's not macaroni cheese anymore, but okay.
Okay, it's
it's something and it sounds nice, but it's not macaroni.
All right.
It's when I used to go to friends' houses and they'd be like, "Oh, we got rice pudding for pudding." I'd be like, "Fucking great! I love rice pudding." And then it's rice pudding with spices in it. That's not rice pudding anymore.
Yeah.
The whole point of rice pudding is just milky, delicate flavor. You put cinnamon in it, it just tastes of fucking cinnamon now.
I mean, I hate cinnamon.
Do you?
But
I don't want cinnamon.
I don't know. This is food puritanism. Is that the?
Well, I had a no. It's about names.
Okay, names.
Yeah, it's about names.
Here's my take on shepherd's pie, and it's made out of rabbit with fucking that's not shepherd's pie anymore. You've made a lovely dish, but don't call it what it isn't.
Yeah, that was my argument. I had a big argument with Paul on the chat the other day about this, but before I made it, and it's like, oh, you're going to put some such. And it's like, no, I'm making macaroni cheese. You put some butter in a pan, you melt it, you put some plain flour in. You do it up. You put some milk in. You put some cheese in that. You boil some pasta, you put it all in a dish, you put some more cheese over the top, and you oven or grill it. That's macaroni cheese. Everything else is fine. Again, I'm with you.
What makes it great is nice creamy sauce and some strong cheese. Make it nice and strongly cheesy.
Well, I do put a bit of garlic, not garlic, a bit of mustard in, but you don't taste the mustard. It's to bring out the cheese.
Flavor enhancer.
Nutmeg. I mean, was actually what I was looking for, but I couldn't find any. Actually, one more story before we get on. Finish food. It's Cookie Cast about food. One other thing is I had some garlic bread with that last night as well. Now I was going to make fresh bread, fresh French bread, and then cut it, put some garlic and butter on top and toast it. But the yeast let me down. So don't buy Allinson's tubs of yeast. They're shit. It's a complete lottery as to whether you get a whole tub of dead yeast or not. Anyway, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is I had to go and get like shop bought part baked French bread, and then cut them up and put like the garlic and the butter on. And I did that. Now I went for a shower just before my guest was arriving, and so I went and had a shower and come out. Blah blah blah. Went back to the kitchen. Now before I went in the shower, I had the presence of mind to put the macaroni cheese, which was by now in the dish ready to be put in the oven, in the cold oven. But I forgot to put the tray with the garlic bread away. I came back and there was 2 or 3 slices missing. Peanut had helped himself. He just, and he was like so sneaky about it. He's just like,
do they like garlic?
Apparently, he does now. I mean, onion's not good for them, for dogs. So I don't know about garlic, but I mean, he's not been ill or anything. So, but it's like, forgot to put it in.
Peanut. that's like those old cartoons where they just like peanut.
Yeah, so that was my food extravaganza story for you.
Peanut and the polar bear.
Peanut and the polar bear. Well, somebody said that sounds like a crime fighting duo or something.
So where do you stand on like vegan sausages? Because there's a lot of people that say we shouldn't call them sausages. No, I'm fine with that. So because in a sausage, okay, I do have a thing about sausages, a reverse snobbery with sausages. If you're making a gourmet sausage with like nice cuts of meat, that's not a fucking sausage. That's a ruined steak or whatever. The whole point of sausages is it's the fucking testicles and the larynx.
It's the nails and stuff.
Turned into something delicious. That's the whole fucking point of sausages. So you want like the rusk and fucking entrail sausages. That's a sausage. And replacing the meat with something vegan, fine. Yeah, totally. Okay, because like proper sausages aren't all meat anyway. There's some bone and eyeballs and stuff. Rusk or bread or
have all the usual bits.
Sawdust, Sawdust,
exactly. Whatever falls into the industrial
mincing machine. It's a different kind of sausage, but you can't beat a chip shop sausage. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I like what they're made of, but delicious. They haven't made a vegan version of that works. I don't know. It's like a meat foam of some sort. Like I don't know what the fuck it is. Yeah, actually, when the vegan stuff, they try and recreate it. They try and recreate like the gourmet version of stuff. When except with one exception, and this actually works really well, is the canned hot dogs. Now, if you can get vegan canned hot dogs, people I know who eat meat prefer them because you don't get the gristle in them. Like if you're eating a hot dog and you like chew down on a bit of gristle, that hot dog's ruined for you.
Yeah, I like a smooth hot dog. I like it to be very well minced.
Yeah. So the having no bones in it effectively is kind of a. I love a tinned hot dog sausage, and like we were talking about the other day, the sausages in beans and sausages.
Oh yeah.
They're not a sausage. They're
a hot dog size.
Okay, all right. Okay, going back to the pedantry of food, is it beans on toast when you've got sausage in the beans? And Okay, yeah, beans on toast. Yeah.
What about beans on? No, I make magic beans. Which is, we start with a little bit of butter melted in the bottom of the pot, tin of baked beans, maybe some spices, garlic, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I like adding onions and
onion.
I like chili. I like chili and baked beans.
Chili, yeah. Well, I will do chili and stuff. Yeah.
That's fucking great. Oh man, I loved it when you told me about that time when you cut open a jacket potato and mash it up a bit. Yeah, you do a jacket potato in the microwave. You mash, you sort of break it up a bit, and then you add the canned chili. Cheaper shit canned chili. Sometimes a can of beans on top of that, and then a shit ton of cheese on top of that, and just microwave it, and it's just like it's delicious gloop. And that's such a bachelor meal. That's No, it's great. It's great. Yeah. all my meals are. But yeah,
have you ever made that for a woman, and would you consider it?
No. I wouldn't not. Like the kind of woman who who's going to date me is going to have very low expectations.
Right. Anyway, should we talk about this Expanse?
At that point, she's slumming it. So
yeah, the Expanse. That's it. Yeah.
Right. Because see, can we knock out the bit that I didn't like about this episode?
Oh yeah, go on.
Go for it.
The Avasarala scene. Oh, hang on a minute. I need my little reference board of pronunciation.
Hang on, with the meeting with Avasarala and Jimmy's mum.
Yes.
You don't like that?
I don't like that. That made me feel feelings I didn't like.
Oh, feelings.
Go on.
Okay, so I think I will not like this for the same reason that you kind of like it, because Avasarala. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Is making she's just so manipulative in this one.
She always is.
Oh, she is, but like she knows she's up against an intelligent woman. I mean, first of all, she is acting on Jim's behalf there. Like she's not being an asshole. She is trying to she's trying to help. I'm going to call him Jim.
Jim's weird, isn't it? Jim and Jimmy is.
Yeah, she's up against a very intelligent woman, so I'm okay with her.
Played by the amazing Frances Fisher, worth pointing out.
And the acting, both of them, like the acting in those scenes.
See, I mean, really? I don't know about the acting, because I think what they're doing is what they're intending to do, right? But I don't know. Like, I'm okay. Saying, I just kind of feel like, I don't know. Like they were. I mean, obviously they're like kind of. I feel like they were bullshitting each other a little bit. Like they were sparring.
Yeah, that seems fair. Yeah.
And like Avasarala using her son's death as a little bit of a token in this, battle or something.
Well, that's the point where it turns around, because they're bullshitting, they're sparring with each other. Then that's the point where it turns around and they're talking to each other like mother to mother.
Yeah,
and like
I think so. Yeah,
potentially rude mother to mother. And I don't think she brings that up cheaply. I think she brings that up just to demonstrate to Jim's mother, like, I understand. Like, I understand how you're feeling.
Yeah, they both sort of, because Mrs. Holden, whatever. I know her name's Holden. That's the only way I know for sure. But Holden's mum, she does sort of soften a little bit to that, but not in a sort of "you've caught me out" way. She's like, "Oh right, this bit is real. No matter what else has happened, this is true." She's talking about that. Yeah.
And the irony at the end when Avasarala's walking out and she gets the message from dude whose name we can't remember, saying, like, "Oh, we've decided we're going to kill Jim," and she looks back like, shit.
I mean, I bought her sincerity. I find it kind of strange that, like, she Avasarala wanted, like, to know about him as his person. That, I don't know, that kind of in some way kind of feels a little bit like. So she was basically going to that house, that farm. We learn, obviously, like we that's an avenue for us to learn a little bit more about James's origin, maybe where his loyalties might or might not lie, and it just adds a bit of. Oh, but side note, what I did like about it, and this is a big plus in its favor that I didn't realize I should be given credit for. It's not a flashback.
It's not a flashback. No.
It's not a flashback. They're actually telling.
It's a live visit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving context and person, like.
That makes me nervous because in a couple of episodes we're gonna have like the mother of all flashbacks. You're gonna have like a substantial flashback, and I'm wondering how you're gonna feel about that.
Yeah, I think it serves the story though.
No, I do.
Yeah, it's not a zero tolerance stance I have on flashbacks, but. But it's like I consider it to be like a bit of a cop out in terms of storytelling. If you can just flash back and forward in time,
it can be. Yeah, no, I think it can be.
But I think the way this one works is it sort of puts all the pieces together at the end of the series. It's not. Let's not
get on because that hasn't happened.
Let's just wait until we get.
I'm not clear on what you don't like about this meeting. Really, what
is it you don't like?
I was going to say it's just a bunch of talking. No, I mean, I just guess I feel a little bit like I just feel like, I mean, so one of the things we learned about
because it's two women talking as mothers.
Oh my God, no!
Have you got no? I mean, no, I didn't mean that in a you're offended way. I meant I did a little bit just to wind you up, but no, what I mean is it because you don't?
He's not Chinese.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it because you've got no frame of reference, really? Because like they're both older women, they're both parents. You know, is it kind of a you can't get yourself in there? Or?
It feels.
You'd understand if you had kids.
Yeah,
I didn't mean exactly that, but you know.
Well, I mean, I think you sort of touch on it a little bit, which is a bit like it's like they're having this conversation, they butt up against each other, and then Avasrella says, "But I'm a mother too." Achievement unlocked. You know, like it does sort of.
Well, I mean, they didn't just pull it out of nowhere. They have mentioned it in the series already, and and in the previously thing they mention it.
In this scene or this group of scenes' defense, there's a couple of bits that I find clever about it. Aside from the dialogue and what they're saying, is the first sort of part of the meeting where Jimmy's mum realizes she's dancing, or she's not saying Jim's dead, and she goes, Jimmy's alive, and then it cuts to Jim in extreme danger.
Yes.
There's nice irony to that, and then later on they do almost the same trick where I've made notes. His mum says Jimmy hasn't found his place yet, but at least he's free. And then it cuts again
to he's almost been captured. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And like that's not to undercut what she's saying. Like she means it, and he is free now. He is, master of his own destiny and understands his place now. But also he's in great peril, and it's a nice.
Yeah, but I think that's that's one of the things where like if. I almost feel like, okay, if I was in that circumstance, surely, and you these are women empathizing with each other, right? I feel like withholding the Jimmy might be still alive card is kind of very cruel.
I don't think she withholds it. I think
she dances around it so
you're
much.
Right, yeah.
I think that's more she doesn't really know what's going on. She doesn't want to say, your son's alive, great news, and then he dies, because she doesn't know.
Yeah, but there's a few things to remember from this. Is she knows she's fairly sure. No, does she know? No, she does know. I think that he survived. Oh yeah, she does know he survived the Donager because of the spy.
Spy, yeah, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know whether he's he is her enemy at this point.
Yeah,
she might have to kill him. So she's not going to say, your son's alive, I want to learn about him. Oh, he's my enemy, I need to kill him.
Yeah, and also, there's two other points to remember, is that he's a long way away, and she's come to this meeting, after her last intelligence download or whatever. And also, because of that, the time delay and everything, there could be a lot of... things can happen in between, and it takes a while to get the information because of the time delay. So I think you're right to some extent that she has a wee bit.
There's one little bit within that I don't really like, because it's too on the nose sci-fi when she touches the books and goes, real books, are they antiques?
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Didn't need to do that.
Yeah, they didn't need that. No.
That felt like it was for the audience rather than part of the content.
And also which book it was. No, the book it is, and the discussion about the book is important.
Yeah, if you'd just gone, Don Quixote, like blah 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 blah.
Oh yes, of course, yeah. Oh, because you mentioned that last
and of course, the episode is called Windmills, which is a Don Quixote. Don Quixote lived in a fantasy world and thought the windmills were giants and would, charge at them with his lance.
Okay, because they have the windmills on the farm. They're farming wind, or
that's true. That's also true. That's interesting. Oh God, yeah, he grew up reading Don Quixote and seeing those huge windmills. I didn't put that together. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, that probably. And then does that sort of metaphor with him joining the Navy? As in, like, being a knight is a bit like...
Yeah. That works. I like,
Okay. But yeah, I suppose the you've got the analog Kindle, I see.
You still use a non-transparent screen.
Oh God, yeah, if only.
Yeah. Although when Adam Jensen hacked into the, or not hacked into, was trying to get into the ship, I did notice they have some non-transparent screens, but I'm pretty sure
they're just in front of
They're
black
control panels that are straight on the wall.
Yeah, they're on
and
the
stuff,
wall,
yeah.
so you can't. I think that's probably still transparent.
well,
Before we get away from just briefly the Avasarala and Jimmy's mum meeting, part of the context there is like she's essentially part of like a radical faction that is very anti-government and spends their time trying to contest things with the government. So like there's not necessarily animosity, but there's tension or whatever.
Yeah. I just scanned out to a shot. I'll put it on the background. You don't see it very much, but there's loads of windmills up there.
Yeah. Have you noticed actually, I don't know if we've had it yet.
Also, I want to know, but this is a side note, how much fuel it took for that like VTOL to like just stay there for the duration.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, they've got fusion. Doesn't matter.
But is that going to be a fusion? Is that going to be an electric Harrier jump jet?
Well, or has a little fusion engine. I mean, as soon as you've got fusion, and you've nailed it to the point where you can put it in ships and stuff, presumably you're going to use that for absolutely everything, because why wouldn't you?
I mean, I suppose
Mr.
so.
Fusion. What's that? Back to the Future?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was Fallout. Oh, but yeah, it's Back to the Future, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is kind of Fallouty though. But it's the fact that she's like wearing a like Little Red Riding Hood.
There's a bit of imagery in that opening shot, isn't there, for walking along?
It's also just like aesthetically very striking when she's walking.
It's very arty.
And it looks very cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, on TV, like she's contrasting, whereas like I don't know, Miller is like blending into a lot of his scenes. But because like, oh my god, I can't even remember like.
Can I just go back a wee bit? So is what you don't like about that scene her manipulation of the mother? Is that what you're saying?
I suppose yes. In a one word nutshell, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You said it made you feel feelings. What were the feelings? What were the emotions?
How do you feel? If she came into my house, I would have a lot less time for her, I guess. If you're going to fuck around and not tell me what you know about, it's essentially like if the Queen walked into your house. Like we're not monarchists, but you can't just be like, fuck off. I mean, maybe I don't know. There's a bit of like, oh fuck, this is a person of significance.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm totally not a monarchist, but yeah, if something like that came in, I'd be like, kind of like, you'd feel a little bit
like this is interesting enough that
they could have you killed.
But this is undersecretary to a deputy, right?
Yeah, but it's implied that she's
the deputy undersecretary.
Yeah,
and so that bloke whose name we can never remember is the undersecretary.
So the secretary is at the top.
Yeah, have we seen him yet in this? Have we had any of those big board meetings in this series yet?
Yeah, we've had him briefly.
One, so you see him briefly.
Yeah, but I think it's implied that everybody kind of knows she's a bit of a what's Blair's spin doctor called?
I keep wanting to say Mandelson.
Alistair Campbell.
She's
a bit like she's the one.
I keep thinking out Malcolm Tucker. Sorry.
These two, these two are the figureheads, but she's the one really running things. I think that is implied.
Yeah. Avasarala is the real.
And also it's not like the American president or something, because this is the whole fucking world. Like she is the third in charge of the entire fucking planet,
and the moon. Don't forget, and the satellites, stations, and everything. So it's.
The stations.
Well, Luna, the moon, and the stations. Yeah, you've seen a shot in this series already of a like sort of there's like a sort of series of I don't know what you want to call them, truck stops or whatever in space on the way to the moon as well. There's all that stuff, and defensive stations and all sorts. Yeah, you just see a little glimpse of it all. They don't have part of anything yet, but You see it all because they talk about things like the defences of Earth and.
Yeah, I'm actually just like scanning through this episode, and there's not that much of it dedicated to that conversation.
The meat of the episode is what's happening on the Rocinante, right? Like that's the meat, and then there's some Avasarala stuff and some Miller stuff.
Yeah.
I've got some nice pretentious shit to talk about the Miller stuff when we get to it.
Well, I was going to suggest, just from that point of view, that the Rocinante is the big thing. Why don't we move on to the next smaller thing? Miller.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have our sandwich with the bread on two breads on one side, and then all the filling on the on the back end.
That's how we like our sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but bread stuff.
I had a burger yesterday, like a Beyond Burger, and I had the audacity to eat it with a knife and fork, and I fucking I don't regret a thing. Yeah,
my dad would eat burgers with a knife and fork, pizza with a knife and fork, and when he ate like spaghetti bolognese or something, he would get his knife and like cut it all up into like tiny little pieces.
Oh wow! No, I was about to go. I was about to make a confession myself there, but the cutting the pasta up. Oh no, that's wrong. That's beyond the pale. No, I do cut certain like some burgers are just too messy. Like chip shop burgers tend to be really,
or the ones where they have to skewer it in because it's ridiculously tall.
Yeah.
No, you've got to get like any food that you eat with your hands tastes like 30% better because you're eating it with your hands.
That's just the extra flavour on your hands, Drew.
It itched my balls.
Oh my god!
Donkey balls.
It's like I know it's like I don't get me wrong. Like I expect pushback on that kind of thing. I expect that's going to be what the comments in the video. But and same thing with pizza is like it.
No. You can really fucking designed to be. I'm doing Italian gestures now.
Hey, you got to eat the pizza.
It's designed to be eaten with your fucking hands.
You know what? I don't. The thing is, right? Your hands are disgusting. Not your hands in particular. Just hands are and
I do wash my hands before I eat, though.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. But like even still, you're only washing them, right?
No.
You're not.
We're monkeys. We're fine.
Yeah, we're monkeys that use tools. Like this is the height. We are regressing by eating
for the right thing.
And these are tools of a sort,
Yeah.
I mean,
but I'm somewhere in the middle of the two of you.
So, where do you stand on pizza, Hamish? Because that's the more like.
Well, if it's a pizza that I've made at home. And I've got a guest. Actually, usually if I've got a guest, I'll be polite and eat it with a knife and fork. But that's not. No, I know. But
I'm gone.
But if I get a pizza from a takeaway, like I'm just gonna.
I do the libretto thing where you sort of take the two corners, you fold it up, so it's almost like a taco, and then
that's a sort of American. You see them doing that.
The really big ones.
The New York style, like very thin, very greasy, floppy pizza. That's perfect pizza for me.
Yeah. But, I mean, I like those ones. Like, I love the thin base. In fact, but that's the thing. They are kind of messy to eat with your hands. If you had the Chicago style,
you can wash your fucking hands.
You can, yes, you can, but like. It's just.
Wear a dark top like Drew is, so that it doesn't show up, and you're fine. That means it's always clean.
When it gets rigid, change it.
Yeah. When you have to crack it, well, you can crack it a couple of times before you need to change it.
Crack it right up.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I'm getting Lister from Red Dwarf vibes from that.
Anyway, well, if you want to talk about Miller or you want to talk about the Rocinante, I'm fine with either.
Can I get my pretentious shit about Miller?
Okay, let's go Miller then. Yep.
Because I think first of all, there's the bird. The bird is incredibly fucking important,
and also, which I'm assuming I'm going to be stating the obvious here, but the bird goes. I don't know if I should do it. And then it's Flappy Bird. It's like Flappy Bird, and it's because I'm presuming that the low gravity is the reason why it's doing that.
That's why the bird behaves differently. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that now this is gravity versus there's a gravity and wind resistance thing that they're doing here, right? Because because like with a bird, right, that obviously flaps its wings up and down. If it was air resistance and it was flapping that way, it would it go up and down like that?
Well,
whereas in low G, it would go.
Yeah, but there's also the centripetal force.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So they work together. Okay. It's not in isolation. So yeah, you do have air resistance, which you wouldn't have on, like, say, the moon or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, bird would die because it couldn't breathe, but that's not the point.
Same as on Earth. They've got air, they've got gravity. It's just lower gravity, so the bird can fly without flapping as much. Yeah, and just sort of
probably slightly thinner atmosphere as well.
Yeah, probably. But no, okay. So the bird. So this is the point to me. I don't think this is spoilery. This is the point at which Miller starts to gain his, like, saintly accoutrement, and the bird is his symbol. And the bird, the other time when the bird showed up is just before his chief gives him the Julie Mao case, and then he's losing his mind because he doesn't know where to go with the Julie Mao case. The bird shows up. He looks at the bird, and then he gets that call from Semi to go to Eros. That puts him. So the bird is like a marker of getting him on the track, getting him to follow his, destiny. I'm not saying it's literally destiny, but getting him to follow his destiny. The bird is an important symbol there, and also, so he decides to leave essentially, and before he leaves, he literally hangs up his hat, right?
Yes, and that, I thought
his hat is the symbol of kind of him wanting to be an Earther.
It's kind of it's a resistance to
his nature, to what he is.
Yeah.
Because wearing a hat on series, that's what it is. Wearing a hat in series is like he doesn't need to. They don't need to wear hats there, right? There's no like it's.
In the first episode, it keeps the rain off my head, and then a few episodes later, when he's talking to the belted dock workers, I think the docker refers to his hat as like Earther hat. Why do you wear that Earther hat? So the hat is definitely. It's a detective thing. So he's saying, like, because I mean, he's a belter, but like he grew up poor, and he looks at Earthers' lives, and he wants to be an Earther just because he wants a nicer life. So he's identified to some degree with the Earthers. He's a cop. He's sided with the cops, and him taking the hat off and putting it on the peg. That's him saying, "I'm no longer a cop. I'm no longer on Earth's side. It's him becoming a belter." I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, hanging up his hat, literally.
From that point on, he's a belter now. He is
and he also
he's accepted what he is.
Yeah. Also, because it follows on from him just having been fired, when he's in the sort of, I don't know what you want to call it, a subway car thing, whatever those things are called. When he's in that sort of subway thing, he's also saying, "I used to be good at this," and I should, and he sort of he goes over
like questioningly, like, "I swear there was a time when I was good at this."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's right. So he's kind of like, he's definitely parting with quite a lot in that episode. He's drawn a line and he's decided to cross it.
He gets Julie Mao's. I assume it's a necklace, but
it's
essentially
a necklace thing,
it's prayer beads to him. We see at the end he's it's like a rosary or Buddhist prayer beads. So there's something kind of spiritual happening with him.
It's as close as he gets to being spiritual, I think. Well, yeah.
Is he sort of deciphering the thought that he's the one they give cases to when they don't want to be solved? So he's thinking, I thought I was good at this because they were giving me, because I was respected, or because I was like taken. Well,
I think this is reading between the lines.
And this is the thing where he's trying to send a message to Julie Mao's father as well, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think, because it's based on a film noir thing, I believe he was probably good at his job back in the day. I don't think him being shit now and them giving him the cases that they don't want solving is because of his competence. It's because he's lazy. He's become lazy. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's lost his mojo for whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what the young people would say there, of course, but
Got his Riz back.
Got his wrist back.
Short for
Yeah.
Riz.
So yeah, I mean the thing on the station was very the thing that takes the Elon Musk taxi, taking him to the docks, because I thought that was a train, and then he says take me to the docks. Is that like a train that you can you know punch
I think
in?
it's a
where
bit
you want?
like-
It's sort of a semi-intelligent, you're at your destination type thing. It
Like
is,
the
it is on a
turbo
tunnel. It's
lift.
sorry,
Like
but-
the turbo lifts in TNG, but like not as advanced. Kind of like it, there are tubes that go all around the station, and you can, if you're on your own, I guess you can go take me here.
Oh, like a lift. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like a
Multi-dimensional lift.
I'm not sure it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I think it's just a case of he was at his destination, and they were saying, right, here's where you get off because this is where you asked for when you got on. I thought it was just that.
No, I read it the same as Chris. I thought he's like take me to the docks.
He does
like,
say take me to the docks, but I think that's just the sort of right. No, I don't want to get off here. I want to go off at the next stop or
like a
Oh,
bus
that's
dri-
right.
like
That's
he's
the way I
like
read
he's
it, yeah.
like he's telling the bus driver, as it were.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's just telling, or the train driver, he's like, no, it's okay, I don't need to go off here, because it sort of waits for him.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But then, then how long can somebody hold the carriage or whatever as well,
Yeah.
Maybe it's got a weird schedule or something, so sometimes a day it's busy with other people. Maybe it acts differently with just one passenger in the carriage. Gosh.
Yeah,
I think we're overthinking this now.
Well, the thing is, if it was a bus, then wouldn't he be talking to a driver rather than just a telecom? I mean, is it AI? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be automated for sure. Yeah, there's nobody controlling that. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it does go through. I mean, you see it going through tunnels, and
I mean, it is a tube train, but I think it's a tube train that can go different ways if it needs to.
Right, okay, I'd have to pay more attention to the CGI bits for that to make a decision. There.
Is there going to be like a wiki page on it?
Oh god, yeah, but don't look at the wikis yet because it's got all those. Oh yeah, this person died in series 3, and this person does this amazing thing that changes everything. Don't look at the wiki.
With any other show, or not with most shows, I wouldn't give a shit about spoilers. Like, if somebody dies, somebody there, you find out, like, fine. But there's so many intersecting stories in this and surprises to come that, like, it would just kind of not ruin it, but diminish it.
So is Miller like this? What I was getting from Miller in this episode was that he was kind of becoming like. What does Dawes say about it? Because he obviously goes in and starts to punch up with Dawes, but
he doesn't start to punch up with Dawes. He hits some of these people in the bar. Yeah.
So this bar is like the OPA.
Attention.
The OPA, like, gang bar where all the cool OPA people get to hang out. And I love because Miller starts talking about. Dawes says, like, I'm working for you. You don't realize it, but I'm working for you. And Miller says, "Oh yeah, when I was dying in that airlock, I thought you were working for me." And Miller goes into politician mode and says, "You were thinking about me in your last moments. I'm honoured." Like. But then goes on to say something more important, like maybe
goes into politician mode.
Maybe you've got more to live for, kind of thing. I think he actually affects Miller there. He says maybe there's more to your story, essentially. So and then Miller leaves and decides to. Well, the bird comes and tells him what to do, and
doesn't seem massively surprised that he's still alive either. But then again, he probably got the news that 2 of his guys were killed and Miller got away. But he doesn't. He doesn't sort of turn around and say, "Right, you guys just throw him out." Right. 10 of you go and throw him out an airlock now. So it's interesting that he sort of gives them the chance.
And I think he ends,
what he says, I think,
with like I can't remember the words, but like, when you find your way home, we'll be here for you, kind of thing. He says something, and that means it's genuine.
Lines,
yeah.
So because it would have been interesting because it could have gone the other way where it's like, well, you're not a cop anymore, so you're not useful to me.
Yeah, it could have done, but I think what happens is I think partly what Drew was saying there, it just clicked in my head there. If you combine the way Dawes treats him with his own spiritual awakening or whatever, or coming, he's like, he sees that he's a belter again. I think that's probably something Dawes sees in him. Yeah,
because at that point, Miller's losing his mind because he's been on this trail with Julie Mao. He's fallen in love with her. Something's happening there. And this is the first point where he's really hit a complete dead end. He's, been taken off the case. His stuff has been, and he smashes up.
He smashes up the place looking for a copy of the evidence, which his former boss.
I think he's desperate for a path, and he doesn't have a path. And then he goes into the bar, and And Dawes says, maybe your story's not over. Maybe there's more to your path. And then he goes back, sees the bird, gets the call, and he's like, okay, I'm back on track. Like, and I'm a belter now.
Oh yeah, little bit of a. It's not an aside because it's to do with this, but it is just to clarify what he does. He cashes in.
Yes.
In case, did you get that, Chris? Were you clear what that was?
So he grabs the. Is it? It's not chips.
That's it. They use chips as a sort of de facto currency. But when they want to go anywhere else, they have to get whatever
Exchange.
Earth, Mars type
Space
money.
bucks.
Space bucks, yeah.
Space bucks, yeah.
Yeah, so it has to. So it's to cash in all his chips and
which reinforces
any
something
bits
we said a
and
long
pieces.
time ago, like company town, essentially. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. And now, whose chips are they? Are they his or Julie Mao's?
I think
gathered them
his,
from a few places.
but if Julie Mao had any, he would have taken them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he goes to cash out, because you get the impression like he lives quite cheaply. Like he's paid as a cop, which is a decent salary, and he lives quite cheaply. So he's just like all the money because he didn't give a shit about money. Because what use has he got for money as long as he can eat and do his work? So yeah, he gathers all his money up, which is quite some savings. Is the implication, I think.
So we learn. Oh, I do have a theory.
Ooh, I love a Chris theory.
I had a theory.
Jingle.
Right, so my sort of my disproven theory about the scopuli still being alive, as it were, or still operational. Yeah.
No, you thought it was destroyed, didn't you?
No. I thought I forgot that it was the first. The scopuli was the first ship. Is it like the abandoned one that they found the Mars tech on?
That's it.
Yeah. So you thought that in the show the scopuli was implied to have been destroyed, but then you thought yourself that it hadn't been destroyed and was still operational.
Yes, that was the old.
Oh right,
theory.
yeah. Right, okay.
And my possible new theory is that the scopuli is still alive. I'm just going to use the term alive as in like to mean or whatever. But the ship that they find in the beginning in episode 1 might be like the Anubis or Anubis.
Well, no, it's specifically stated to be the scopuli. Again,
yes.
I hate to be on.
Wrong. That could be. It could be in disguise.
Oh, you mean in disguise, right? Okay,
Yeah, like a bait and switch. I mean, obviously, it's not. Judging from your reaction.
No, I meant because like when you thought it had been destroyed, you thought that in universe it had been destroyed, but we had no evidence of that at all. And that's. I'm getting confused as to what you're thinking of the scopuli.
Right. Okay.
I think.
Okay.
But the scopuli is the one that they get the distress call. They go to the scopuli. As far as we're aware, as viewers, okay, something could have happened. Fred could have sent someone out. Dawes could have sent someone for it. But as far as we're aware as viewers, it's just sitting next to an asteroid.
Okay.
Next to the debris of the Canterbury.
Well, I'm going to jettison that theory based on the reaction alone.
I wouldn't judge too much because if you're onto something that we'd prefer for you to like be surprised by, we're going to misdirect probably.
Yeah, but Hamish ain't that good an actor. Like it's just
he's a pretty good actor because I thought his name was Hamish for the last like 15 years or whatever.
If it turns out that shit that we saw at the beginning was not the scopuli in some sort of bait and switch thing, then you've won. All right, Hamish, you've won.
No, I'm not trying. No, I just think you got confused as to which ship was which.
Yes,
it's not about what. I'm not trying to shoot down your theories. I'm just trying to say that in the show we have seen. This has nothing to do with the future or any of the confusion. It's to do with that ship that ship we saw. That was the scopuli, and we've never seen it since the Canterbury incident. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it can't be another ship in disguise. I'm not saying it's not been renamed or blown up. I'm just saying what we know as viewers is just that. That's all we know about it.
Okay.
Whereas you seem to be picking it up as if I think you're getting confused between that and another ship. Or that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying one thing or another about where the scopuli is now because in the show right now, that's the last time we saw it. We've talked about it a lot, but that's the last time we had any interaction with it as viewers. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying, and I will shut up and let you go on.
Okay. Well, I mean, because obviously the Anubis is important here, and the Anubis, like, was it 1B or something? The
shuttle, yeah, Anubis
skiff.
1A or something, yeah.
The skiff was still like ticking up the docker fees. So that and through that he gets directed to Eros, and then that's where he's on what looks like a public shuttle to it.
Yeah, it's an airliner.
Yeah,
analog. Like a budget, right?
Yeah, like so he's not flying. He's not flying this this Anubis 1B or whatever it's called.
No, that's on Eros. That's on Eros.
That is, yeah, okay. But that might be because the thing is, right? If we were to assume everything at face value, we would assume that Julie Mao would have died in the Scopuli incident, right? That would be the sort of the base level of assumptions that we could be making, right? Now, obviously, that's not the case. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a story. Well, I mean, it could be the case that so there's more to this. That's why there's a story, right? It's not just going to be and Miller chases around this person that's actually dead at the end, right? Like, there's obviously going to be something here, right? Right. There's this point to this story, right? So
the aliens swoop in from another galaxy and destroy the solar system in episode 9, I'm afraid.
Is that that's Mass Effect 3?
Then it's the Muppets crossover.
Yeah.
Season 3.
I like the Muppets.
That's a little soundbite I'm going to have to grab. I like the Muppets.
Yeah, I like their the Christmas Carol. It's
good film, good version of Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I mean they chop it and change it, but I don't think Dickens is particularly sacred. So
no, I think Dickens is crap actually.
Yeah,
he's got good ideas and good stories that get made into good adaptations. Personally, that's where I go with it. I don't think he's writing. Sorry,
I've only ever liked Christmas Carol of his about everything that I've read and watched. Like, not particularly.
Yeah, I can't stand reading them.
Although, to be fair, didn't he write in newspaper serials? Isn't that like a lot of what he wrote?
I think isn't that
the Sherlock Holmes dude rather than
Conan Doyle?
Doyle did, yeah, definitely. So did a lot of people in this. That happened right up until probably in the 30s and 40s as well. People were serializing their stories. In fact, if you think back far enough to the 80s, they were serializing the Hitler diaries in the Daily Mail or the News of the World or whatever it was.
Jesus.
That was so funny.
Well,
Sorry, carry on.
Now, no, I was going to say, now Boris Johnson writes for the Daily Mail, but, doesn't he have, is that the one where he got his column?
Don't know.
I don't know. You don't.
The Telegraph.
He was a spectator editor, wasn't he? Telegraph. Like going from the Spectator to the fucking Daily Mail, that's a bit of a downfall.
Well, he lost his job for lying. So anyway, let's not get talking about.
Okay, yeah, right, yeah. So the characters in the story are converging on Eros.
Oh, so yeah, that was your point. Sorry, I'd kind of been too busy making an aside message somewhere else for something. And then I kind of sorry, that was really rude of me not paying full attention.
It's okay, Hamish, you're forgiven. So so there's obviously, so you got Lionel Polanski, you got now Julie Mao, who I'm going to, on the assumption, assume that she's still alive, but I've played enough video games to know that like you can chase after someone and then like find out they're dead. So but then there's like a reason for that, or that leads on to something else, right? So so obviously I would like to see Eros in the next episode. If we do, maybe. I don't see why we wouldn't, because everyone seems to be heading there. Is this going to be a Miller?
Can I just give you a little nudge there? Again, it's not so much that it's not about story. It's just about facts. The Ross and Anti-Crew aren't headed to Eros. That's where they said they're going.
Oh,
They're going to an asteroid, BG something, which is the last reported position of Lionel Polanski, I believe.
oh,
Yeah.
I thought Lionel Polanski was on. Oh, so but there's so. Is it Shed? Alex is
Shed's dead, baby. Shed's dead.
Alex says that they're going to Eros. Is that right?
Oh yeah, that's the flight plan they've laid
Yeah,
in. That's
the
their
flight.
cover plan. Yeah.
So it's like,
Does when Semi calls Miller, does Semi say anything about who was the pilot of the shuttle that was in Eros?
I didn't register anything.
No, I don't think he does. He just says the
Okay.
shuttle's here racking up dock fees.
Oh, so Julie Mao was on series all along, and then she.
No, this is
She took it.
this is on Eros. The
No, I'm
shuttle.
joking. The Eros is in. I mean, did
See, I'm not correcting this. I'm not trying to mess with your theories. I'm just correcting the geography for you. That's all.
so it's racking up docker fees on series. Yes,
No,
that's what it is.
Eros.
Yeah.
The shuttle is on Eros. He calls his friend on Eros.
Right.
Miller's
Yes.
heading to Eros. The Ross and Anti have said they're going to Eros, but they're going to an asteroid.
Which I'm assuming is near Eros. Because
Well, it
otherwise
has to be
the flight
fairly
plan-
close, I suppose, because
Yeah,
well, in space terms, because
Yeah, 'cause they're going to go,
otherwise
and
the
then they're
flight
going
plan
to
would
go.
look completely insane.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that they're gonna do like, we're going to Eros, and then just like duck out at the last minute. And they'll probably put on their stealth shields. I'm assuming they've got some sort of stealth technology.
No,
No?
stealth technology. We've
No,
already
not
established
stealth,
stealth technology is super expensive and super rare.
Even okay, but then so is their ship. So
Yeah, I mean, they do say multiple times only Mars has stealth. Only
Oh,
Mars
sorry,
has
fair
stealth,
point.
so
Yeah, but they
it
don't
would-
mention.
yeah.
No, I mean every ship we see with stealth
when I say-
technology
when I
is
say-
pure
when I-
black.
okay, yeah. When I say stealth, I mean like radar jamming or something like that. Could there be? All right, I'm fine. No, okay, good. They're just
Oh,
okay.
I
So
feel
they
bad for bursting Chris's bubbles.
just it's all right. So they and then so they donkey balls their way out. Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, wrong line. Miller.
I think we did Miller. I think we're done with Miller.
I think we're done with Miller. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got him to the taking that
Right.
EasyJet Ryanair
Yeah.
flight to Eros. Yeah.
Do they? Okay. So
Oh,
so
we missed one little bit about Miller, which I think I don't know how important it is, but it shows more and more about what his decision was, and that's the bit where he meets up with the former partner. And she says, "Oh, this is how you say goodbye. You leave a creepy message and then disappear."
Yeah.
So I think she has still has a thing for Miller.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, and she sees him with Julie Mao's necklace and everything, and she's like, right, okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's basically saying, "Take me with you," right? And it's like, but she's got a job. She didn't get fired, did she? No.
No, but she says much earlier in the show that she joined the police on series to piss off her rich father. So she can do what, like, she's got the resources to do whatever. If she just wants to up it and leave, she can do that.
So she joined the the pseudo force, the fake cops.
Yours is Euro Force, Miller.
I don't. Yeah,
I mean, that's not quite the line, but she says something about having a because Miller goes to her and asks like, what would
what would Julie Mao do?
Something about Julie Mao wanting to do things to piss off her father.
Dad, yeah.
Said, well, I just went out to series and screwed every space jock, blah blah blah, like to piss off her.
Oh right, okay, yeah. All right, cool. All right, okay. So, I mean, one of the things I was thinking is like Miller's motivations here are not in any way like healthy. Like
No.
This is
no,
a bit.
I think you're correct on that assumption, I would say.
And that's me lowballing it, right? Because that's kind of like psychotic, really, in some ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's became obsessed with her.
Yeah. He's in love with her. The bird is telling him what to do. He's
completely blind to what's right, what the opportunity right in front of him.
Yeah, without straying into stuff. The stuff I can talk about when we get into season 2, I think. But I think it's reasonable to say at this point, like, he's not necessarily entirely in control.
When you say that, do you mean he's acting on a very emotional, unrational level?
I mean more like some kind of destiny is happening. Something is bigger than him. That is, I don't want to get too much into that, but.
Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to work out, is it like aliens controlling his brain kind of destiny, or is it just kind of like a spiritual destiny?
I mean, it's clearly like it's dressed up in spiritual imagery, I think it's fair to say. And more so in a couple of episodes, you'll see that. I mean, but you got the beads already. I don't want to say too much about it.
Okay, yeah.
This is more of a.
That was a big tease, wasn't it?
It's a little bit like just a sort of theory I have that I did mention to Hamish a bit ago that explains his irrationality at this point.
This is Drew's theory of this bit of the show, rather than anything that's been spoiled by mentioning it.
I think it adds up, but yeah.
You might have a different take on it when it comes to the big fun.
Yeah,
okay.
But for now, let's say he's not acting like a sane person. Like he's in love with this woman. That's kind of makes sense. Kind of a bit weird, but
does she have like space pheromones or something?
No, we're not spoiling any sort of technical thing. We're talking about the theory of now.
Okay,
without any further information, really.
Mm.
But that is sort of okay. But the fact that like the show recognizes that he's acting irrationally, right?
Yeah, I mean everybody he mentions this to says that. Like his ex is clearly you're in love with this girl you know nothing about over flesh and blood beautiful woman here. Like this is not
yeah. So like that's interesting. Right, should we go back to the Rossonanti?
Let's go.
Okay. Right, hello Adam Jensen. I think that it's incredibly cruel that they don't let Adam Jensen go to the toilet until the end of the episode.
It is weird. It is weird.
And
he doesn't mention it. I don't think he mentioned it to Hold until later, though. He only mentioned it to Amos, and Amos was just like, aye. So
But if that was me in an airlock and I really needed
to
piss
in the corner.
I'd go piss on the floor.
But it's the gravity. You'll get the piss come back at you.
Are they on gravity?
No, they're in flight, so they'll have some.
Even if they didn't, like if you pissed in absolute zero, it would just
globulize.
And then you're spending the rest of the time dodging it.
Well, that's possible, yeah.
Look, honestly, it's worse if it was in a vehicle or something. Like in Earth vehicle truck. You would
maybe you could find some sort of bag or plastic.
How about if he just opened the doors and pissed outside?
Oh, actually, do the suit that he was in? Does that have like a catheter in it? Do they have?
He's not really in any. He's not in a spacesuit, is he?
He's just got a helmet. Yeah.
Originally, yeah,
maybe
probably.
A pressure suit.
Yeah.
But I suppose if those are like just suits that you put on.
Yeah, I don't think he's not in like a full spacesuit. I don't think
you don't pop in a catheter like it's a small thing.
I think there's no atmosphere in the. I think
it's between the holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Amos is like suffocates him by.
And Amos suits up to go in, and
that's true.
No, he is. No, it is actually a pressure suit because not really. We'll see him wearing it as a pressure suit later.
Okay,
no, it must be.
So, like then he might have a catheter in it. Where else?
If he did, he would just have used it though, wouldn't he?
You can definitely piss in the suits, but maybe he's like, I'm gonna save this up.
He does mention something like that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what happens when he does pee now.
he's having a conversation with.
He says some things are worth waiting for.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
now I'm thinking, how does he go to the loo? Because now you've got me thinking about the
about the 0G.
Is that just out of curiosity? Is that a thing people do? Like they wait to go to the toilet so that it's more relieving?
I don't think so. Not unless they want to do themselves a mischief. Because not to get any big details here on a public show, but I've got problems with that sort of thing with bladder and urethra, and it's not something you want to mess with. No,
it's like.
I don't think I've ever intentionally done it, but it is when you do go, when you've got one backed up and you do go for it. It is. I mean, it's a nice feeling of like,
it's a relief.
Yeah, but like, it's not anything. I'm just like, it's. I mean, I don't even know if. I don't even know if I think about it that deeply. If I'm completely honest, it's.
Well, now you do.
Well, the show confronting all facets.
Well, have you ever had that way? I mean, I don't drink anymore, but have you ever had that way you drink? You know, you go and you're drinking a few beers, and then you break the seal. You know, that first pee after you've been sitting drinking for a session.
I mean, yeah, I know.
Even if it's just coffee and stuff, I suppose. Or, you know, if you're sitting having a chat and you kind of get caught up in the chat.
Yeah. I definitely had that.
It's more relief though than any kind of. Is it okay? All right. So Drew, you smoke. Do you ever not smoke when you want to, in order for the next cigarette to be even nicer? Because you literally just had 3 cigarettes during at least 3. Like
I'm about to roll another one. But when I worked at a Shell petrol station where we could not smoke if the manager was around.
I was going to say, he just happened to throw the cigarette.
And when the manager wasn't around, fags on. But so that was like an 8-hour shift and then a cigarette, and that cigarette after an 8-hour shift of not that hits like the first cigarette you ever have, like makes you kind of dizzy and stuff. That's nice.
Yeah. The first cigarette of the day was always something I quite,
Yeah.
It's like, it sort of, it got you ready for the day almost,
Yeah.
Like when I was at university, I was just like walking in with the first one, maybe with a coffee.
Oh, they get like, for me, breakfast is a cup of tea and a couple of cigarettes, which I think is referred to in some quarters as Scottish breakfast.
Well, okay, anyway, that aside.
No, not that aside. We haven't got to the bottom of the piss yet.
Oh.
So when he does go, what Hamish is saying, when he does go into the urinal,
is that have you got it in front of you, Chris? Can you zip through
it? Have to put your dick into it?
Well, in space, they've got like a sort of vacuum thing, haven't they?
Yeah. And I think they've put some back a lot.
Well, I mean, I can do a. Oh, I can't do a CSI. Hang on a minute, I've got to crop it.
You're frame by frame.
I got to crop it because it's like, okay, so
CSI piss in space.
It's hard to see. It looks almost cleverly, but deliberately obfuscated.
Yeah, but I was wondering if you hear the noise, like a sort of noise or not, hitting the water or anything.
I mean, I can. Let's have. I think you can. Hang on a minute. Let me just unmute.
But the thing is, in all honesty, they probably did it for aesthetic effect rather than that being something they considered in terms of.
We need to write to the producer, like, why is this not scientifically accurate?
Well, they get asked that about other things, so why not that?
The if I've got one clip here. Let's see. Virtual background, right? Okay. This one here, right? That is the
That's
Deus
a face
Ex.
of relief.
That's the box of Deus Ex.
Yeah.
And he seems to be standing like as if at a urinal,
Yeah. That like it's very, as the kids say, urinal coded. But yeah, but he's making a sound like he's making a sound like
there is a tinkling. Do we hear a tinkling?
Yes, we hear a tinkling. It's
maybe it's a normal urinal when they've got gravity, and then when they don't have gravity, they plug in and release.
It makes a sound effect.
But mind you, if you've got a thing in a urinal,
it makes the sound effect.
That'd be cool. You've got a thing in a male bathroom that you plug your dick into when you want to put, like, people are just going to fuck that.
Yeah, you don't want to use it after somebody else.
Will be packed up with cum.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm assuming that
Is this the first time in this show? We've done all these episodes, and it's the first time it's got there. I think.
I'm kind of assuming that if that was the case, where you would need a, shall we say, a full connection to the thing, that like you would have a like it'd be like a catheter fitting. So you'd
have your own one, and you just plug it into
you'd have
the
your
pipe.
own one,
yeah.
and it would either
Still,
stay
though,
in.
it's the whole system. Ooh, oh god.
No, that sounds unpleasant. I think
if anything could come back up the pipe, or because of the
be like a flashlight with a bit of vacuum going on.
Okay, right. This is not cropped ideally, but so like if you can see, like it sort of goes into the darkness. So like it doesn't.
Oh no!
It doesn't.
All I can say is at least it wasn't me that got there first. Thanks, Drew, for taking the bullet.
I mean, it's probably not that far thought ahead, but it's like you walk around with some gear on your junk in space. You're like,
I don't like that idea. That makes me very uncomfortable. We're just permanently having a catheter and having to no, that's
and then just plug in.
No.
I mean, it's obviously that's not what he's doing here.
Yeah, I'm not like that.
As I say, without getting too into it, I think they are just doing it for effect. The sort of standing at a urinal thing. I don't think they're trying to be scientific about it. And you've got to think about they have both. They've got women and men in space and stuff. So they've got to think about all sorts of.
Oh, it's like they could just use a she-we.
Yeah. I mean,
that's just why we do that when that's just giving you an extra layer of awkwardness.
Well, when you're in 0G, and
but you could sit there on the vacuum thing, couldn't you?
Yeah, there could be.
Anyway, let's not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We've gone too much into this already.
Also, I have kind of noticed there's a screen in front of the urinal there. Is that so you can take phone calls while you're taking a piss or something?
It's probably flush.
On there, like I've not been out in the real world for 20 years, but I've seen pictures of urinals with like advertising screens above them.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, you've got somebody's undivided attention for 30 seconds. Playing my fucking ad, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, I mean, presumably when you were outside, you go into like a Wetherspoons. They have like posters in front of the urinals sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think even that back. Yeah, I don't think so.
Really? Okay. This like
advertising. I mean, not that it was great in the 90s, but it wasn't anywhere as near as what it looks like now. It's ridiculous now.
Yeah, it's like so like not most urinals, but like if you go to like a chain of almost anything,
he inspects them all.
Yeah, well, when in the newspaper, I often had to report on the who was winning the Lose of the Year award, which is a proper award.
Yeah.
And I think that the Donkey Sanctuary in Devon, which I highly recommend visiting, won it for two years.
Wow.
There was a very uncomfortable one in Utoxeter. There was a public toilet that was just made out of like steel, like rounded, like flat rounded steel. This was the sort of the building that you would go into, open to the weather above, but it had sort of like a gap at the bottom about this big. So, and it was on next to the car park. So when you were taking a shit there, you were just aware that everybody in the car park could see your feet while you were taking a shit.
There's something comfortable about that, yeah. Something, what's the word? Vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even a lot of dogs when they take a shit, like they sort of get nervous and all that kind of thing. They'll piss on everything.
I swear I've seen a clip of like a Japanese TV prank show or something where there's one of they have those like micro toilets, just like one toilet in the street, and like the person would go in, and then the walls would turn transparent from the outside. Or something. I swear I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have like really. Yeah, they have some really.
I remember, isn't it?
Yeah,
Japanese comedy seems to be purely based around humiliating people.
Yeah, there's one. I remember one they had on.
They're an unreconstructed fascist country, isn't it?
I remember one that they were broadcasting over here. It was called drunken businessmen where they pulled people in off the street.
I wonder why I haven't had a telly for over 20 years.
And they pulled these people in off the street and they gave them a quiz question and they said, you can call anyone, you can use this telephone to call anyone to find the answer to this question. Whoever finds the answer to the question fastest wins. And it was, yeah.
And they were drunk?
They were very drunk. Well, they were to be honest, they were so drunk they could barely dial out. Is kind of.
I'm sorry. What's the connection? What's the point?
I have no idea.
Oh,
back
right.
to urinals.
Chris, can you stop taking us off track into these irrelevancies?
I know, Chris. Come on, that's terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Also, actually, on another tangent, right? Do you guys know Adrian Charles? Well, you know,
Yeah.
He's got a column in the Guardian that actually, to be fair, is kind of amazing. And because he talks about the most random stuff, like it is just literally they've given him a free column and he just writes. And he wrote one thing, and like I don't want to like do any kind of like mental health that kind of diagnosis kind of thing. But here's a thinker outside the box, shall we say, right? And he wrote an article that completely convinced me on this one issue, that he had installed into his house a urinal, and he says it was like one of the best things he ever done.
He's got a family?
My immediate response was, I was with you because it's quicker. But it's not really because you just, flop it out, take a piss, walk away. But as gentlemen, and ladies can do this as well, there was an extensive Twitter thread that I read. We can just do that on a toilet. Just like flop it, piss, walk away. Like there's no... A urinal's not easier, really.
Well, it kind of is.
They're kind of a splash catcher, really, aren't they? They're not.
I mean, there's a splash catcher. They use a lot less water. Like, I mean, I don't know how often you need to flush a urinal, but like you go to a pub now, they don't flush them after every use, right? They'll flush. So there's a water.
The American ones have got manual flush, haven't they? The urinals in
America. Yeah, but the Americans' use of water is beyond questionable, right? Like,
there's the old style like we had them at school, like urinals that would occupy like an entire wall, and it was just sort of a pissing, like a trough that you would piss in.
Yeah, the trough
with the splashback protection.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that some pubs have like a so you know how a urinal goes, like it curves round like around the back. Well, I've noticed that, and I've seen that. First noticed this in hospitals, is that they have like they're kind of like buttock shaped, so they kind of have a what's the opposite of a crevice, a peak.
Stop it splashing back.
Yeah, because it just curves it around into the thing. It's like.
But no, this Twitter thread was a bunch of women saying, "I've tried pissing standing up, and it totally fucking works. Why do we all sit down to piss?" And I'm fully in support of women pissing standing up.
I guess it must be one of those things that you don't want to fuck around and find out, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no
piss everywhere, but piss is, it's not that bad. Piss. Yeah, we splash ourselves now and then, and then go and eat our pizza.
I knew that was coming back round.
Anyway,
slice.
Yeah, I mean, I think bidets and urinals are like. That we should start building bathrooms with them.
We should get bidets. Bidets. I've only used one like twice in my life, and it's like, why is this not the fucking norm in this country? Why do we smear our shit around our arsehole with fucking paper?
It's savage. It really is.
It really is.
And also apparently, and I've not seen these in action, and I really want to. Is that sounds weird? Is that you can actually get apparently a fitting that you can install yourself, so you don't need to bring in a plumber or nothing.
Shower head type thing.
Like where you sort of just you flush and.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking of. I've only seen them in. I don't know if it's a thing from particular countries. I've only seen them in Muslim households when I was younger. There's like just a shower head attachment next to the toilet, and instead of using toilet roll, you just take the shower head attachment and sort of bidet it yourself. Yeah,
that's a lot more. That's like a lot more the done thing in like in India. I mean, in India, it's quite common that you just wash with water. Like it's generally
anything but just water rather than paper. Like it's disgusting.
Yeah, and also waste of paper. It's I mean, everyone knows I'm a big fan of bamboo and bamboo related products. And you can get bamboo.
You don't want it in your garden though.
No, you don't want it in your garden. No, very invasive.
You like a bamboo King of the Hill dude. What's his name?
Hank,
Hank Hill.
Bamboo.
bamboo and bamboo related accessories. But yeah, like it's and and you can get bamboo toilet paper on prescription that is more environmentally friendly than.
Why on prescription?
No, sorry, not prescription, subscription.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking that was a weird thing to get a prescription for. Yeah, you've got a special bum that needs.
Have you encountered my grandparents on one side used to?
I haven't encountered your grandparents, no.
A kind of toilet paper. It was called medicated toilet paper. I don't know in what way it was medicated, but it was like greaseproof paper. It was
when I was a kid at school. That was what the toilet paper was like.
Shiny.
It was like shiny greaseproof, and you think, how is this?
That's what my grandparents used. So every time I'd wait to go home before I'd have a shit.
Yeah. No, I went to a campsite where they had that kind of toilet paper, and this was a long time ago, back when I was a teenager, and we read the reviews online, and this was on a website. This website had its own comment review section, which in hindsight is kind of legendary because it's like no website. Well, they didn't. That's the thing. Like they were talking but generally the gist is, when you get like a gist of like if there's something wrong with a place, it'll come up in a few comments, and it was like bring your own toilet paper and it's fine. But we were teenagers, so we didn't.
I remember I was at Reading Festival one year, and they got portable toilets around the campsite, right? And I one morning woke up, really needed a shit. Went to the and fucking hungover from the previous night. Obviously, went to the portable toilet, opened the door, and the shit was piled up like above the rim of the toilet, like this, like a mound. I just closed the door and went in the woods.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah,
more shit related story.
Oh yeah, excellent.
When I was working at Shell petrol station, one of my duties was to clean the toilet, and it was like a for everybody toilet, like disabled, like it was a big toilet. And there was a shit in the bowl that I couldn't see the tail end of it under the water. It went all the way down. But the near end of it came up over the lip of the toilet.
Oh god, yeah.
It was like a meter long shit.
There's an episode of Still Game like that. It's got mentioned there. Have you seen Still Game?
I'm not.
I just thought of a great business idea though. If we could come up with a way to like make toilets for festivals,
we need to put a warning on this show. I'll tell you.
Yeah, if we can come up with a design for a toilet that is just not awful to use at a festival, we're minted, because that's the one thing everyone says about
the bowl. And then you have like the mechanism, and there's a hole here, and you have the mechanism from a strimmer.
You need to be careful.
It just scatters it. So
it's going to go over it or something.
But,
it's going to fly up. Oh no!
Like, I mean, there's got to be like some kind of like
a way to get it round a bit. Is there a way to like tunnel like maybe a hole about this wide, really, really quickly and really deeply, right? So you like a really, so you take out like a really long cookie cutter type.
I mean, it would be really good for the plants if you could just leave it like under the ground for the nutrients for the grass.
Yeah, like I feel like there's an environmentally friendly sort of solution here, like an earth toy, like a.
I bet if you look it up on the web, there's already some ideas like this, and they probably don't use them because they're not as cheap as the other way.
What do they call them in the old days, where they just dug a latrine? It was just a shit pit, and then they fill it up, latrine, and then just cover it back over and go somewhere else. Like that's probably better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like, used to have your outhouse was like a movable shed. Basically, you just
when we moved into this house, it had an outside toilet.
Yeah, a lot of the houses around here, like there's outhouses that have been sort of incorporated into the, they've been extended at one point in time into the buildings. But
actually, that's a question.
Outhouses.
No, I was going to ask I was going to say something.
No, go on. I want to hear this.
Oh yeah, now you've said it.
Yeah.
Is okay, right? When we say America, we mean like the post-colonial or post-colonial USA, right? Not post-colonial, like. And I was going to ask, did they was that before? Was that did they have outhouses? Of course, they did have outhouses.
Yeah, but you see them in the old West things, don't you?
Yeah. But like, it's just, I don't even forget it. I didn't even need to say. I just voluntarily made a.
No. Yeah, when again, we used to visit my grandparents on that side, they had chamber pots under the bed still.
Gazunders.
You wouldn't go to the toilet during the night. If you needed to go either end during the night, you would go in the chamber pot.
I can't. I mean, I can see number one, but like.
Yeah, I'm not keeping shit under my bed while I'm sleeping. Right?
That's.
You've had a lid, like an airtight lid, maybe, but. Yeah.
Oh, I might try to get that open in a hurry, though. You'd be as well running to the outhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's been an interesting aside.
I just want to take this moment to just.
Is there any bodily excretions we've not mentioned yet? We've not mentioned spitting yet. Earworms.
There's still time, but I gotta be honest. I just want to shout out indoor plumbing. Fucking amazing.
Running water.
Running water,
fucking miraculous. Yeah,
love it.
It'd be nice if the rest of the world had access to. Well, it'd be nice if they weren't undermining ours and destroying the things either. Yeah.
I just like it's a weird thing because like I know there's so much in like modern life that we take for granted, but I always like I don't know what the atheist equivalent of a little thank you prayer is, but like. Every time I flush a toilet, I'm like,
I think as an atheist, you can just say thank you to the universe or humanity.
Thank you. And because the thing is with indoor plumbing, right? We could there's so many ways we could have fucked it up, but we didn't. Like indoor plumbing works during a power cut. That's fucking amazing. I love that.
Yeah,
and also old like landlines, they used to work during a power cut because they were,
because they're not connected to the mains.
Yeah. So and it's
until you got your first cordless phone.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, you can't make a call.
Power can go out and it's awful. The internet can go out and it's awful. But if your water goes out, that's
an emergency.
A few summers ago, the water was off here for a week or two, and they had like a truck that came around that you could fill up from. But I had the genius idea of using mineral water to make my tea, which bottled mineral water. Cheap bottled mineral water, which was like the first couple of days was okay, but I didn't realize obviously the minerals are building up in the kettle.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is my tea salty? Like, why is it?
Oh wow! I've never made tea with mineral water before.
No, like 1 cup, fine. Don't do it. Continue. It's horrible.
I thought the water. Did you get the water that was like that they hand out?
Well, there was like a truck at the top of the street would come and you went and filled containers like bottles and stuff. And
did you? Because we had there was a threat of our water going out, and Welsh Water basically gave everyone, just as a precautionary measure, 2 2-litre bottles of water. It was Welsh Water branded water, or like. So it wasn't. They weren't under. It wasn't any pretense that it was mineral water. It's literally what you should get out of the tap. But also,
water is mineral water. Not mineral rich as some mineral waters, but it has minerals in it. Yeah, when you.
Depends on part of the country, you know.
I mean, so tap water's mineral water. But
I mean, I loved the water where I grew up, but the water around here is horrible. I need to use a filter.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Down south, the water down south in general is. Or like here, like you can't get a fucking lather up with soap for your like it takes you about 10 minutes, but like it's so it's very we're built on top of limestone, so it's like it's very thirst quenching and like really nice.
Yeah, Welsh water where I'm from is quite nice actually. Do you know, this is such a ridiculous thing, but whenever I'm visiting somewhere like someone's house that's like relatively far away, I will secretly judge their tap water.
I don't secretly judge it.
To be honest, no, I can't secretly judge tap water for shit. I'm there doing the.
Yeah.
I was staying in a hotel once in London, and they didn't have a shower, so I was like, I've been out in when you're in London, like you're just covered in filth when you come home in the evening, like just filth. Like you blow your nose and it's black. It's just awful. So I decided to go for a bath. I ran the bath, went out to do whatever, came back, and the bathwater was just green. I was like, I'll skip bathing, I guess, for the next year.
Well, we used to occasionally get the iron coming through in the water.
Oh, so it's red.
It's sort of red, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's less. At least that's not green.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be copper, right? Copper a copper salt of some sort would be the green, but it didn't look good.
What about
that means it comes through the pipes. Not the coppery water doesn't exist on,
Yeah.
in water that's been cleaned by the water board.
Yeah, it could very well have been algae.
Oh, maybe. Oh.
It's algae. Yeah, and the thing is, it's not algae that's itself that's necessarily gross. It's the fact that why does the algae grow there, right? Like,
exactly. What is it living on?
Yeah, because when I think they measure algae bloom as a symptom of pollution in the water, like nitrates or something.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah.
Anyway, then the algae grows over, and then it suffocates the stuff that light should get to it, and then it fucks with the ecosystem.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Rocinante.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not like we're going off on tangents because this is a boring episode. This is a great fucking episode.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anything we say or do is a reflection on the episode, other than the actual things about the episode.
No, I think the thing is when we do these episodes, I tend to watch the next episode relatively soon after. There's a good chance that I'll watch the next episode just today because I'm kind of keen to move on, but or just like keen to watch it. But I do feel this was a link, like an episode that links into the next one, right?
It's building up again. I mean, I think the bit of the Rocinante when they're trying to, fend off the Martians who want to board them. That bit's very exciting. I enjoy that bit a lot. But the rest of it is a build up to something. Yeah,
I was kind
as you say, they're sort of bringing people together. The clues are all coming together.
I was kind of getting escape room vibes when oh god, sorry, I hope this isn't insensitive, Drew. Were escape rooms a thing when you were in the outside world?
No. I mean, there's been escape room. They might necessarily call them that, but games for a long time, but not the real world versions of them. Not as far as I know.
Okay, I did one the other day, and I not on my own with other people, but I gotta be honest, like when you're with a group of people there, like you've got to suppress your inner gamer, right?
I can imagine.
And like, and I was with women, so I was a bit conscious of like I don't want to be like the man that takes control of everything. So I was very much like sitting back, and I gotta think. I think like I know that escape rooms are supposed to be like an enjoyable puzzle for a group of friends.
Yeah.
But I reckon that like 2 people is the best number for an escape. I know people will disagree with that.
Yeah.
2, maybe a third, like us 3, I think would be pretty good at it. But or I think one person might stand a better crack rather than 4, 5, 6 people.
Yeah, I think the problem with it is there's always like one puzzle that you just don't get. I think for these things, if you ever play online, the online ones.
I think that's the distinction between a genuinely cooperative game and a lot of stuff that's called cooperative. Like if you're doing an escape room, the way that most puzzles are structured, it's just one person's going to get it and tell everybody else what to do. Whereas like again, I think the We Were Here games do it very well, where you've both got a part of the puzzle and you've got to communicate to put it together. That's when it works well, I think.
Yeah. Like the best Portal community maps.
The best Portal ones, and the have either of you 2 played the We Were Here games?
No.
I have them both, but I've not played them.
Okay, you should play them.
People to play them with, and I keep forgetting
play them together. You can only play them with somebody who's not played them before. You 2 should play them together, and I want to watch that because they're amazing games.
Oh well, I'm open for that. Have you got them, Chris?
I don't, but
the first one's free. You can just get them. Honestly, the first one. Not that the other ones are bad, but the first one's the best one, I think.
Okay. I mean, the Black Friday's on it,
Yeah, no, you should get. We should do that soon. You 2 playing it, and me laughing at how angry Hamish is getting at Chris.
What makes you think it'll be that way around?
Oh, I see. So it's the English person setting the Scottish person against the Welsh person.
We've got to keep you divided.
Is this? Yeah, this is how
you gang up. We're fucked.
How you keep the union together? Is it? So.
Yeah, we can talk about what happens to Rocinante other than him needing a piss. So we discover this stowaway who's sending out a radio signal when they're trying to be as quiet as possible.
Now, if they were on any other like less good ship, would that work? Right? Is it just because the ship was a bit?
Yeah, I think
it means staying quiet.
I think it's only happenstance that Alex notices the signal, right?
Yeah.
I think he just happens to be looking at the monitor at the right time and sees this signal, is the impression I get. Yeah, it could quite easily have gone undetected, I think.
Okay, good, yeah. One thing I wonder about this is, like, they talk a lot about the codes to, like, so Alex is like, oh yeah, the donkey balls thing, where it's like he murmurs a lot and then says donkey balls, and presumably donkey balls is the code word.
Or some of the other ones might have been.
Or maybe some of the other ones, yeah, because so like he says something nonsensical and then donkey balls, and then they say something nonsensical and then say donkey balls. Well, it's not nonsensical, it's the three the three code words.
No, I don't think they say them back. They just say received.
Yeah,
received and understood or something.
No, they don't say them back. Yeah, no, they don't say them back. As in, like, Alex says,
like the problems on the ship have been so. I can't remember the first. Like mendacious is
mendacious is one of them. Yeah.
Ubiquitous.
Polyglot.
Yeah. And then he just blurts out donkey balls just for good measure.
Is it mendacious? Yeah. Are we supposed to not know whether or not it's like donkey balls is the open sesame secret?
I don't think it matters.
It's not donkey balls. Yeah, I
think it's just one of those three codes that are in the code book.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued as to how they knew which one was which. You know, when they open the thing, there's two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that struck me. I think it's Alex because he's got Martian military training. He just something about one of them that he recognized. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So mendacious and polyglot. Is polyglottal? Is that a speaking term?
I think so. Yeah. Polyglot is somebody who speaks lots of languages.
Yeah.
What's it? Is it?
I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Polyglot is somebody who speaks multiple languages. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Multilingualism. Yep, it is.
Multilingualism. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much Amos. What is Amos just? Is he just does anything Amos does like matter in this episode?
Oh god, yeah.
You get all the time. Every time there's an interaction with Amos, you're getting more clues about what makes him tick, how he's working, and the standoff between because Amos is pissed off at Holden because he sent the distress signal that got them, which he mentions in this episode,
which gets them in this mess, all this mess.
Which he what's the line? I think I actually wrote the line down because it was good. He says you're something like you're the one who logged the distress signal. Welcome to the churn.
Yeah,
and we
just explained the churn.
What the churn is. Yeah. But I think the important bit of that is when Holden points the gun at the back of his head, and Amos is just not in a bravado way. He's just like, take the shot if you need it. But I think part of that is I don't think he thinks Holden will shoot him, and I don't think Holden would have shot him. And partly, like he's doing what he thinks is necessary in this moment. And in that instance, I think he's right. I think if the Martians are going to board them.
Well, yeah, he does say I don't want to spend the rest of my life in a Martian gulag. You know?
Yeah, I love that they would use the word gulag as well.
Yeah,
and it's Mickey. Yeah. Mickey's is what the Martians are as well.
Yeah, I don't know because like the Martians don't seem particularly bad. Like
they've stolen a Martian frigate, and again, like, as Amos says, as far as the Martians are concerned, they're the ones who blew up the Donager, so they're at least going to be in jail for a very long time, right?
They're not going to be able to convince anybody. They don't think.
Yeah, Amos says like in this moment they are the enemies and we're the fugitives or something like that. And, and we've seen previously, the Martian assholes boarding that Belter ice hauler.
Yep.
And
do you notice that gets mentioned as well in the show?
Oh, does it?
And the news thing in the background.
I need to pay attention to those more.
Yeah, I never noticed them that much the first time around, but they sort of give you it's interesting, not so much that they're reiterating something that we've seen, it's that they're giving the spin on it.
Yeah,
and it's and you think that is that's a news channel from a certain point of view,
Yeah,
usually Earthers' point of view.
Do you know?
I do need a space piss, but do carry on.
Space piss.
Okay, so So we're learning a little bit about Amos's like life philosophy.
Yeah,
then.
he says when he was in Indianapolis, is it? He says
Baltimore.
Baltimore. That's it. Which is Baltimore's in
Earth.
No, not Earth. Baltimore is.
Is it New East Coast, North?
No, Baltimore's in. Hang on, I'm going to have to look that up now because that's going to annoy me.
It might.
I should know this from like American
Maryland.
Football. Yeah, you're right, Maryland. Yeah.
Ah, see, yes.
Well done.
Yeah, because Maryland's tiny, so it's I don't know. Yeah. For a minute though, I thought it was going to say New York, but wasn't that far off.
No. Oh, do you want to know where it is as well? Is that what you want? I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a quick look and see where it is on the map. It's hang on, see a map of the United States. Yeah, it's on the East Coast in the sort of vicinity of. Yeah, it's about there.
So, I what I'm particularly interested in is how. Okay, interesting. So I want to know what Adam Jensen does when he opens up the airlock panel.
I mean, it's clearly he's turned it into some kind of trap, because when Amos comes towards him, he says, "Yeah, come to me, big boy." Like something's going to happen to Amos when he tries to interact with the doors or the panel or whatever. But I don't know specifically.
But
because the little camera image goes off the monitor and stuff.
Yeah. So he.
He's incompetent Adam Jensen.
Yeah, I mean, remember they don't know that he's got these implants either, so.
Yeah, and also, I mean, his beard's not pointy enough. Adam Jensen has like a really pointy beard.
He's a very round-looking version of.
Yeah, he's too round-looking.
When he acts, he's got very loose movements.
And Adam Jensen's very tight, like a robot. Yeah. I see. That's the thing. Like, it shouldn't annoy me because there's nothing wrong with the performance, but the fact that he in any way deviates from Adam Jensen's characteristics.
Which is a horrible thing to say about an actor. Like, you can only play this one.
Yeah, and he's probably better as this character than Adam Jensen, because Adam Jensen is not a particularly interesting character.
The thing is, it's not even like seeing somebody. If you see somebody in a film and they've not been in anything else, and then you see them in something else, and you're like, oh, because it's not even like that. That's like a couple of. We've spent 30+ hours with this character and this voice, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it makes a difference.
I mean, over 100 for me, I think.
Yeah, so, no, that's assuming.
Sort of. Yeah, even though he's probably better in this than with as Adam Jensen. And again, that's not any reflection on him as an actor. It's just that Adam Jensen is not a particularly interestingly written character. I don't think he's meant to be. Like,
no.
In the same thing that JC isn't an interesting character until. I
mean, generally, when you're a protagonist, when you are, especially in a first-person game, in a game with a degree of freedom, like, you don't want to make the main. I mean, classic is what's his face in Half-Life,
Gordon Freeman.
Gordon Freeman.
Oh, you're a man of few words, aren't you, Gordon? Things like that comes up all the time.
You want the player to some degree. It depends on the game, but you generally want the player to, what's the word, like imprint, or not, that's not what I mean.
Overlay themselves.
Yeah, which is a little bit why Fallout 3 is. They go the opposite route in Fallout 3, where they give you a full backstory that you sort of live through in the training level, and then you escape out into the world. Which I
hate that prologue in Fallout 3 is fucking tedious.
The fact that they don't give you just skip.
Even the first time it was tedious. It's not. I don't even mean on replays. The first time I played through, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh no, I didn't mind it the first time, but
in a game that's predicated, like the Elder Scrolls games are, predicated on freedom of choice. They did make the same mistake in Skyrim, making the first bit so fucking on rails. It's so contrary to what the rest of the game is. Not in an interesting, contrast kind of way. Just let me fucking play the game.
I mean, Morrowind did it right, and Fallout New Vegas did it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the idea that you give your protagonist a full developed backstory with all the trimmings is something that I don't mind. Like, I don't mind being in an open world game where you are a defined character, but they could have done it in a way that didn't involve you having to burn through 20 to 30 minutes on, because with no, there's no challenge. There's no, it's just, you have to, like, it's a game where you have to do the tutorial every single time.
I saw somebody making an interesting point on Fedi that what I was saying about, you know, that they write the character so that you can identify as you are the character. Somebody's making the point that games are more interesting when they do the opposite of that, and you're playing somebody
else
that you don't identify. Not just somebody different, somebody you kind of disagree with and don't like, and that's more interesting. Like, is a good point.
I mean, that's kind of, I kind of get that. Like, I'd be interested if it, like, because none of us would be Commander Shepard, right? Like, if we were on the in that Star Wars universe, not Star Wars universe, Mass Effect universe.
I'm unaware of it completely. So,
but we wouldn't be the, like, with Commander Shepard. They put him as the straight line Jack Bauer type of Jake Bullitt kind of action hero, and I think that's why Jenna Hale does such a great job as the female lead in that series, because she makes the character
definitely. But it's still, I could see myself, forced into Holden, in a world where I can leave my house, forced into Holden's situation. I could see myself behaving like Holden behaves.
I think that's.
But that's not true of Mass Effect, because it's very militaristic and authoritarian, and I think any of the characters in the Expanse, I could see myself. Like I say, when Amos is making his point about they're the enemy now, we have to kill them, otherwise we're fucked. Like, he's right.
Yeah, he's right.
Like, it's not necessarily.
Holden's trying to take a moral standpoint.
Yeah,
and Amos is being brutally practical, but correctly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, morals aside, like, your story is going to be more difficult to sell if you are seen and known killing a Martian, right? You can deny everything up until that point, but when you put a bullet in a Martian's head, suddenly you've got to defend that.
Like, the Martians on the Donager, the Martians, they don't necessarily, the story they're trying to sell, they don't really care whether it's the truth or not. They just need a story that they can sell. And if they've got these people captured, that's a very easy story. It's not going to matter. Like, it doesn't matter how good your lawyers are. Like, they've decided you're going to be the scapegoats for this, and make it look for the people like, we've caught the,
caught the terrorists.
But you're not playing on a fair playing field to begin with. So
and I think Amos realizes that much more clearly than Holden does.
I mean, but like, presumably Mars do want to know what happened. Like,
they do, real. But they still want a diplomatic.
They can retcon that later.
Basically.
Look them up and retcon that later when they, but more important to appease the public who are presumably clamoring for justice for the Donager or whatever.
Oh, and also one thing I just noticed: Adam Jensen has a Tycho jumpsuit. Yes. In the same way that they have the pure and clean.
Well, he was. We were more than implying, but in the last episode, you see him. He's one of the crew preparing the Rocinante. That's how he gets aboard. He's one of the Tycho crew. Working on the. You see him in the background.
Yeah,
working
I mentioned that in the last episode.
Yeah.
Although it may be hard to pick out anything about the Expanse from the last episode.
You've only seen that dude once in a bar, and then going, that's the same dude.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm interested in I think it's the final. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know what, like. I don't know what to make of him, because he seems like he's trying to manipulate the crew as a spy probably would, right? That's
he's very good at it as well. He's trying to set Amos against
Holden.
Holden against Amos, like, oh, you're not a brute like he is, and all that stuff.
All that stuff was a bit,
yeah. But the final scene is quite interesting because he, it's through his space eyes, and like, obviously that's like the ominous.
Yeah. But it's a bit from earlier. I should sort of clarify or add my detail to it. Amos isn't really pissed off with Holden. Amos is very pissed off with Naomi right now.
Yeah.
Because everybody else sees him as this brute. He has a special relationship with Naomi, and Naomi, in that instance, treated him like the brute. Like, if I tell him the truth, he's going to go crazy, and that upsets him a great deal.
Yeah. So is he living in this paradox of like being a bit, not so much paradox, but like, I don't know, like he's a brute that doesn't want to be a brute.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Yeah,
I think it's practical and survival.
He clearly relies on Naomi for something, and when that something is not there, he goes a bit off the rails, as we see.
Yeah. Naomi's the diplomat of the pair.
Yeah. So he doesn't like what the world has made him become, essentially, right?
I mean, I think that's a very accurate thing to say about Amos. Yeah.
Okay, so the final shot on the Rocinante is of Adam Jensen, basically through Adam Jensen's eyes. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if this is going to be cropped or anything, but yeah, no. But if I do this, do I have to?
You're trying to get like the connecting to Wi-Fi bit on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
No,
Kenzo.
Adam Kenzo.
Kenzo is his name.
Right. I can't go back over further enough, but it says no signal. No signal. 2 bars out of.
We know that doesn't mean anything in real life.
No network access. So I don't know where he's getting the 2 bars from if he's getting no network access.
Well, he's connected to the ship's Wi-Fi, but the ship's router isn't allowing him to connect to the internet.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it indicates that he's not able to communicate.
Yeah.
But is he recording? Is the question. I think he does.
And that's important because of what's his face, second in charge of the UN, says to Abasarala, like he's missed his last 3
looked his name up while I was.
We're gonna kill Jimmy.
So he's no longer able to phone home, and also it's like, remember, he's a Wi-Fi boy,
he's a space spy.
Yeah, space spy.
They should have closed with the Deus Ex theme tune on this episode. I like what they do, because they have the intro music, which, depending on the version you've got, sometimes you get a little snippet of, and sometimes you get the full version. But at the end, it's sometimes music, it's sometimes silence, and it's sometimes just like eerie noises in the background. And I like that. Yeah. That's also another one from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
That they, and I like that they have the in-universe. In-universe music, except for one episode in the entire show.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones?
It's the Game of Thrones spoiler. It's the one where Jaime Lannister loses his hand.
No, they have a soundtrack.
They have a soundtrack after that, but it's not an in-universe song. It's like a punk rock song. And it has a purpose. There's a reason they chose that.
In like episode 1, there's music playing during scenes that isn't. I can't remember the term for it. But...
No, we're talking the credit rolling when they roll the credits.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
The credit scene. Sometimes it's background music, sometimes it's silence and all that kind of stuff. But
nice.
in that one episode in the entire show, it's just a song, and I don't think there's first time I watched that, I was like, what the fuck? Like, they just put a song, a real world song in to close out Game of Thrones. But I think it's either it's a throwback to something or a reference to something or something. But I
think Hamish is getting restless.
No. I'm trying to find this guy. This is why we can't remember his name, Chris, because He's in it all the time, but he never gets mentioned very much.
Kento?
Very funny.
There's a thought that always makes me uncomfortable when I have it. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but like if I'm watching Star Trek TNG, that show happens in our world, right, in the future, but in our universe.
Yeah.
So Star Trek TNG takes place in a universe identical to ours, except that in that universe, Star Trek TNG doesn't exist. And that is weird.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
The only difference between our universe and their universe is in their universe, the TV show Star Trek The Next Generation doesn't exist.
Well, presumably Star Trek doesn't exist either.
Yeah, that's also true of any TV show.
Yeah.
Except
there are some that...
The Human Centipede trilogy.
Oh, really?
That wasn't the one I was going to go for, but
the guy in the second one is inspired by the first one, and the guys in the third one are inspired by both the first and the second one.
Okay.
They do some. Okay, sorry. Like
by the movies, but not by the events that happened in the movies. They're inspired by.
Sorry.
They're inspired by the movies. Not by the events that happened in the movies.
Oh yeah. No, so yeah, the second one,
what?
The first one exists as a movie in the second one's universe,
right?
And then the two movies exist in the universe as movies, not as real events, as just as.
Well, no, the same thing still applies then. No, maybe not. No, the same sort of Centipede.
So what you're saying is the third one, the characters in the third one have seen two movies.
Yeah,
but those events didn't happen. In that universe.
In that universe, yeah.
Right, okay.
But in the universe of the first movie, the first movie doesn't exist, presumably.
Yes. There's no movies in the first Human Centipede.
So is that a contradiction then? So that means that the second movie doesn't exist in the same universe as the first movie.
Yeah.
Well, the second movie exists ahead in time.
How do you mean in the future in comparison to the first one?
So the events of number one happen.
This is very important.
Then in the future, once that film is out, yeah. I guess it's a universe inside a universe, and then two universes inside.
Yeah,
you've
got a chicken and egg thing going on with the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Out of all, that's not even the worst contradiction. The worst contradiction is the fact that they get the same actors in the first and the second movies to play characters in the third movie.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Like the Star Trek again does that a shit ton.
But it's well, they don't play the same characters. They play different characters. Actors,
yeah. No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a few people in the Star Trek acting portfolio who've been around a lot. Yeah,
I like the theatricality of that. I wish in movies and TV shows where they'll cut to the future or something, and then they put the actor in like old person makeup or even worse, like CGI it. Just get a different fucking actor. Like, we're not idiots. Just get an old person to play them as an old person.
Actually, that's kind of interesting because they did that in Fallout in the last episode, where one character from the future comes back. And the thing is it Walton Goggins? Is that the name of the actor?
Walton Goggins.
That's the one. And he is an established actor with a history, and we know what he looks like when he was young, and he doesn't look anything like the CGI aged down. But the thing is, the big reveal is that you're supposed to look, it pans over to his face or cuts over to his face, and it's like, oh, it's him. It's supposed to be like, oh, it's him moment, as in you're supposed to recognize it. But if you used either a different actor or even like if you could even go back and like time travel and actually get the young version, it wouldn't have the impact. And I suppose you'd have to be clever and weave that in some way to...
The worst one of these I saw is not exactly the same, but The Irishman, which was a Scorsese kind of like sequel to like Casino or something, and it's got De Niro in it, but then it shows De Niro as a young man, and they do digital de-aging on him, but he still walks. It's like a man with a young person's face walking like an old man because
right.
You work and it's
your gait changes over time, as it were. Yeah,
very jarring.
Yeah, it's
Just get a fucking young actor.
Anyway, do we have a point at this juncture?
I can't think of anything that.
Yeah, we sort of jumped around we didn't really go linearly with the Ross and Anti stuff, but I think we covered it all, so that's the main point.
I did one bit that aesthetically I just really like.
Yeah, there's one thing. Sorry, carry on.
Okay. Was it when the locker pops up out of the floor and he puts his little ID card thing in it, and then what seems to be just like an opaque matte surface then has like the computer text on it of enter the 24-digit code. I really like that. I think that's really cool.
That's a real life thing. I've seen that.
Oh yeah, I just like
I've seen you got that back in like the 70s even.
Oh really?
It was basically, if you look close enough, you'd see it as basically just a smoked thing. Obviously, they probably did it with a more modern bit of equipment where it's actually the screen as well. But
I love how that looks. I think that looks
cool. It's cool. Yeah, they used to do that with like LEDs.
I've seen
and
people
reusing
behind
them. Yeah.
People reusing old Android tablets and putting it behind a mirror. So you get up in the morning, you look at your mirror, and it's got like the news on it and stuff, which is cool.
Right.
I
was going to say one more thing about the Rocinante, but there is, of course, we've been around both bits of it, but there is the little bit where Holden and Naomi are talking before Amos comes back up, and he's talking about getting him back on his lead or whatever, and she's saying, "Well, I never had him on a lead," and it's you can see that the tension with Holden and Amos hasn't subsided like it did between, say, Amos and Alex,
Yeah, I think what's different there is reasonably so, but Holden doesn't understand Amos at this point at all.
And he wants him off the ship. He says once we get to once we get to, I think he says once we get to Eros or wherever, once we get back to Ceres or something, I want him off the ship. But does he not? Does he think that? It's interesting because this is the interesting point about it. Is I think, does that mean that he thinks Naomi will side with him and stay with him, but dump Amos after when they're so obviously a not a couple, but they're a couple in a certain way. They've got a very deep bond, So it's interesting as to what he thinks about that. But we'll I suppose that'll play out.
I mean, does he say that in the heat of the moment? Is that more of a?
I don't think so. He seems to be.
Could be read. I think it could be read that way, but there's clearly
maybe he's angry at that moment.
I mean, he's expressing genuine concern that Amos is basically a hothead, right? Like he's
dangerous to the crew themselves almost.
Yeah, like
which is why Amos was angry with Naomi for her thinking that about him.
Yeah.
And I think his point there is like he would never do anything to hurt Naomi, But then would he? If he's that practical, would he?
Well, he's upset that she doesn't know that.
Yeah,
because he would never hurt. He would never hurt.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah.
But also, it's not a case of him being in any way like, I don't say duplicitous, but like being turning on his friends, but more so much as he thinks he knows best. And then just charges ahead with what he thinks knows best and what is best for other people.
I think that's part of it. I think in this instance he was right, but you could certainly imagine a situation where,
I don't know. I mean, I'm still on the fence about that one, but I mean, that's
Amos does that to you.
You don't even do a genocide in Deus Ex.
Going back to the aesthetics, though, as I was flicking through this episode, the use of color is kind of amazing here. So I've got here, this is Adam Jensen. There's a lot of blue.
Kenzo.
And so obviously very blue. Like everything on the Rocinante is blue. Although, and then so each of the scenes seem to have like a color scheme. So when Avasarala is going to she's approaching the house, then you see let's see, a very striking let's see,
she's got red and orange, isn't she?
Well, there's a lot of red and orange in the scenes inside the house here. Ooh.
Well, that's warmth, motherliness, homeliness.
Yeah, homeliness. Yeah. That's what it is. And amongst the snowy landscape, there's this
amongst the snowy landscape, because then she's got let's see, and then because just a lot of striking color, just purely aesthetic there, where she's like the contrast there is just like she's a
lovely little bit aesthetically.
Yeah, and also And I always wonder how they do this on movie sets. This, like, she's breaking in through the snow.
Mm.
Oh, not
Yeah,
so
yeah,
movie sets.
Yeah, so if you had to do several takes,
They
Yeah.
obviously have to do several takes. Like, they
Yeah.
probably do like 30, 40 takes.
Yeah.
Well, you don't see her face most of the time.
Oh, that's true.
It'll be a crane shot with a.
no, but I was thinking about that. Like, you've got to smooth the snow over every time.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that for the closer up stuff. But you probably have to do it for the wider shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to watch it in detail to see how often you could get away with it. Yeah, because it's the same in Sands.
You've ruined the magic, Hamish. You've ruined the magic there. I'm watching it now.
You could probably just CGI the snow.
Yeah,
The camera cutting is actually, other than a couple of shots, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll show. There's a lot of.
I'm sorry, I'm bursting your bubble again. I feel really bad. I'm ruining Chris's childhood here.
Like the shots now is just become very, like, the shot that's on the screen now. That's like one of the shots, but like there's a lot of shots like that sort of give the impression of it, where she's there, where she's like cropped at the bottom.
Yeah,
you know, and then of course there's the close up.
It's just clever framing.
Yeah, that could be anyone as well. Like, because
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. No, it's not. It's all the Agadash.
It's wonderful movie magic, because I always wonder, like, you know, when they're doing talking scenes, the number of times that they in post change lines.
Oh yeah.
Chris, they're not really in space.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. So but yeah, so it's
I've thrown him with that. Sorry,
you have thrown me at that. It was not in space. Are we going to call this Earth Virgins now? That sounds like a gardening show. Should we get into gardening, and that'll be the sequel to Space Virgins?
We'll do the whole of gardening question time from the beginning, look at episode by episode.
Oh my god, yeah, gardener's question time. How long's that been on?
6,000 years.
Sorry, Chris, you were trying to make a point about the aesthetics, and I was just
only
that they were nice. Also,
orange and red there, yeah.
I mean,
I want to think, like, because like we said, like, looking at it through new eyes and that, I never put the Don Quixote with the actual windmills in the background of the.
Neither did I. I never clicked with that either.
Yeah,
well done, Chris.
Very cool. Yeah.
Well, no, that was Drew.
No, that was you.
That was you. Said about all you.
So I don't know what this one is. So this is another one, but I don't know if it means anything. That's red, but everything else in that shot is blue. Like,
what is the shot? I can't really see what's going on there.
Part of it is on the Martian ships, including the Rocinante. I think they have red light for normal light, and then they go to blue light for when they're in battle. Like a submarine will go to red light, I think, in battle, and it's red because that doesn't hurt your night vision or something, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, and I think Alex refers to it as like, oh, they've gone to mood lighting, like jokingly referring to it as mood lighting when, you know, on the Donager when they're going into battle. But yeah, the Martian ships seem to go to blue for when things are tense or you're expecting.
I wonder if that's meant to reflect Mars being red-ish, and then blue being the Earth color, or you know, the opposite.
But I mean,
it's danger.
Yeah. But is there a you know, like a out of?
I think there's meaning to it. I think it's just, you know, red and blue contrast nicely, and it makes a nice aesthetic frame.
Yeah. Actually, so red doesn't fuck with your night vision.
Yeah.
No, red. Yeah, if you've got like, I've got an app on my phone that lets you look at the stars and look stuff up in the night sky, and it's got a red mode where everything's just shades of red, and that doesn't mess with your night vision. Yeah,
that's nice.
Because you've got it's vision purple is your night vision.
And it is interesting how, I know this is definitely true for Star Trek, but starships in TV and films, like they're often like the closest analog to Earth is a submarine. Really, right?
Yeah. It's not a ship as much because you can't go up on a deck anywhere, can you? You can't just stand on the deck. So submarine is the best. Well, if you look at the Wrath of Khan, Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, that's definitely a submarine battle in space. Isn't it?
I think the blue looks good with the spaceship and everything in the background.
Yeah, for sure.
It's, I get far too much fun out of these.
Yeah, well, I was going to get on a tangent there, but it's not. I don't want to keep this video going far too long. So.
Yeah, they're bayonet bulbs, so you can put them into standard fittings.
Oh right, okay, it's not LED.
So it's not.
I want to hear Hamish's tangent.
Do you want to hear it on the video?
Yeah, to go for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. I was going to say I've not got one there, but those panels that I've been looking at recently, those LED panels, I was thinking about doing that. You could do coloured lights with them. And it could be like a stage lighting type effect. But the thing I discovered about them is that one board, there's 5 of them. One board uses 8 amps, which is a lot of electricity. Yes, that's.
How much would a light bulb use?
That's like one panel being a 40-watt light bulb if it's at full brightness.
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
Although isn't that the wattage of old light bulbs, like pre-energy saving?
Yeah, well, an energy saving light bulb would be like 8 watts or something.
I think my
old style light bulb.
Yeah,
an LED doesn't use much electricity. But when you put nearly 800 of them in an array, or 760 or whatever it is in an array, then they start to use more. Plus, there's a logic board and so forth, and they are quite bright as well. They can be very bright. But there's such cool things. It's just I was thinking about doing with one of them was make it a present for a child, actually, like something they could put on the door or on their wall with things on it. And then I thought, how much power would that use? But yeah, you'd need a power adapter. It's not a lot. Yeah. The point is that I was testing it using USB, which is I think I was running it off a 1 amp connection. So there was a bit of a flicker, and I think I was probably not getting the right thing. But it was just a test pattern, so I just didn't leave it running or anything.
I think for season 2 of Space Virgins, you should have them set up so when we're talking about like conflict, you can go to the blue lighting. That would be cool.
Well, I was thinking about, before I thought about using the panel for it, I did think about having. Because I get a lot of lighting problems in here, and I don't want to I've got studio lights, which are like big things. But the problem with them, it's not the light itself; it's the footprint of it, because it's on a big tripod. That's the problem I've got. So what I was thinking is having a string of white LEDs around the screen or something. But I could put RGB ones.
Like I've known people, not for YouTube, but I've known people use it like for bedroom lighting, where they want a very soft, warm, but like all over kind of tone. Not many shadows type of thing. To use Christmas lights, like fairy lights.
Oh, I've seen people with those in their bedrooms. Yeah, it seems to be a. Well, and teenage girls like that, not that I hang around a lot of teenage girls' bedrooms. That sounds a bit weird, but you know what I mean. You see them on TV shows or whatever.
But the ones I've got, basically, I've got like a bunch of like 3. I've got normal light and then a couple of lamps that I literally got from car boot sale for like £3. And then I whacked in some of these the LED bayonet bulbs. So they're like £6. So that's pretty good going. So I got 3 of those, and then. Then you just get a little. They come with these kind of things, and then you can just all 3 of them. One of these affects all of the lamps, so it's not like one is paired with one. If I want like different levels of lighting for different things, I've worked out where to point it. Like
clever, where one doesn't catch the beam and the others do.
The other one, yeah. But nice. And you can get you can put them up to full brightness there, and that's pretty good. I've got obviously natural light coming in at the moment, so I'm a bit overexposed, so I could do but then I like doing this is actually yellow light, but it's being picked up as like a sort of a ready light, and then this is red light, extra red.
If anybody's interested in how I achieve my lighting setup, I'll do a separate video. It would take too long.
This is all natural light at the moment. There you go. We've all covered it. Right. Shall we say goodbye to the lovely people at home?
Yeah, we're done that one.
Thank you all very much.
Okay.
Bye.